Madam Samantha, who I now recognize wholeheartedly. Then we've got Nate the Great in there, who is a lot taller than I expected.
What's going on, Bryce? My
How
man.
you feeling, brother?
I'm well, man. How's everybody? Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put it in your chats. Be sure that we have it in our chat. We do want to recap. I see Bryce already started off with a recap of this weekend, right? The Super Saturday was lit. Lots of amazing information as always, right? Awesome seeing Bryce, right? Him and his wife. Um, Go ahead, Bryce. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just going over faces I now recognize. Oh, by the way, Dow H, he's a realtor friend of mine. He's a fraternity brother as well as an agent with us. So this is his first Breakfast Club. He decided that he wants to start focusing and being more accountable. So please welcome him.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Absolutely. Welcome to the team, man. We're super excited to have you. Welcome to the Breakfast Club, right? Um, this is where we kind of get together every Monday, Wednesday, every Friday to kind of inspire, motivate, uplift one another to, do what it is that we do best. And that's to help people, right? We give out, we pour, so much out. And so this is kind of a space for us to kind of refill and get strategy to go out there and go harder, right? Ashlyn, good morning. Good
Sister
morning. Good morning. Good
Ashlyn.
morning. Come on in the room.
Okay, so
Hey
sorry,
guys, good morning.
I got sidetracked. Hello, Carmela. You were the only person I didn't get to. Oh, and Jose, I didn't get to say hello to you too as well. But anyway,
Good
to
morning.
close this out really, really quick. Going to the event was actually something that I didn't expect it to be as informative as it was. We'll go outside shortly. You have to be patient. It was really nice to be able to meet the professionals as well as learn the step-by-step actions. Sorry. Can you wait 1 second? Sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to talk.
No, it's all good, man. Well, yeah. So for those of you, who else? I know Carmela was there. I know I saw Bryce. Was anyone else in any other? Samantha, I feel like you were at Super Saturday. Yeah. What were some of your takeaways, your feedback from the event? If you don't mind, you can't put it in the chat, or can you unmute real quick?
Hey y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. So my takeaway, I actually went around and I asked some of the leaders like some of the things that I was like, you know what? Tell me like what was something that you had to go through and at the same time still work your business. And so what the big takeaway outside of that conference was that everyone's going through something and yet still they're focusing on their business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said everybody's going through something, but yet they're still focused on the business, on helping people.
One person told me how they came in, they started with $200,000 in debt and went through repossessions, still worked their business. One person was going through chemo treatment. One person was going through the egos of leadership and betrayal. And yet still, they're still going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's about. And that's what separates, the good from the great. Remember, we were talking about, I feel like it was last week, we were talking about motivation versus discipline, right? So the motivated individual would, come to this Super Saturday, get everything that they need, talk to the leaders, get real excited to go out here and do it, right? Really kill it, right? And the first, moment of resistance or the first trial, the first test that comes their way that, doesn't, might knock them down, they'll stay down. right? But that disciplined person, regardless of what life is throwing at them. And that's really what we what we have to develop within ourselves. Remember, this is a personal development walk with a compensation plan attached, right? So we're basically getting paid to become better people. I mean, what other platform can say that, right? But it goes back to really, building that up within ourselves, that no matter having our eyes so fixed. Shout out to, let me put what you say in this chat, Bryce. He's catching his flight home. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, Andre is a perfect example. His father, he just buried his father literally earlier this week or last week. You know what I mean? So for him to still, push through, that shows dedication. That shows that he's more than motivated, but he is disciplined. He is so fixed on his goals. Yeah, he's going to do what he has to do. Yes, life happens, right? But he is so fixed. He's not going to allow that to consume him, right? I think it was a leader that said, I believe it was Robin Robinson. She was like, a lot of us are so busy, we're splashing water, but we're not swimming. Right. Right. That really stuck out to me. Like, so we're splashing, we're making all this noise, but nothing is, we're not swimming. We're not treading the water. A shout out to Andre for treading the water, right? That's what separates the good from the great. So I see we do have EVP Jabari Sadler in the building. Want to definitely greet you, boss man, coming in. We're basically, before we hop into because I do have a quick video for us to watch, and I do want us to, kind of take some action steps, right, today. After that Super Saturday, right, I want us to move, me included, right? So I want us all to, be able to, kind of implement, right, what we just learned, right? Knowledge is power, but it's really applied knowledge. We got to apply what it is that we just got. So I don't want to be on here long, but we're just recapping the weekend. I did want to, anyone else, Carmela, I know you were there. Any takeaways, anything you wanted to add before we hop into our video?
Yes, it was great seeing everyone this weekend, and it was definitely power packed. What I did was I just had it in my mind that I needed to go back to ground zero and be open to the process. And what I kept hearing, and this is something that God has been putting on my heart before the event, was servanthood. That's what every leader said. Every leader said it's about servanthood, servicing the people. The money will come. Yes, we want to make income. Yes, we want to build, but servanthood, meet the people where they're at, and that was very good for me. And I actually, even though it was very technical, it almost took me back to college with Ashton when he gave us a plan to get those 10 agents. And that was amazing for me. I'm going back over it. I'm definitely a fall, so I'm very analytical. So that was like kind of like up my alley, but it was just late in the day. And I was like, okay, now I got to put my thinking cap on for real. And I have an accounting background, so that was like back at school. But he gave us a roadmap. He really gave us a detailed roadmap. So I encourage everybody to go back to that and just don't try to understand everything, but just take it step by step and do the process and do the work. Alfred was very phenomenal. What stuck out with me for him was that stop taking things so personal about things that you can't control. That was a word for me.
Jim.
Like whenever I put my hands to something, I put my heart in it. And I lead with passion. And sometimes you can want it so bad for your business, for your fellow business partners, a part of your team. You want it more than they do, and they can't see the vision yet. And so you take it personal because you're like, Dad, why aren't you moving? You said you wanted this. You said you wanted that. You said you wanted this. And you like taking it really, really to heart, and you get mad and get an attitude with them. And really, that's not how God wants us to be.
Yeah.
We didn't catch the vision right away. I know I didn't.
Yes.
Right. So we have to live by example and lead with love, but things that you can't control, you just have to keep moving on and keep pushing on, but go back to your agents and show sense of gratitude to them as well. So that was huge for me. So I'm taking it back to you.
Wow. Yeah, so yeah, awesome takeaways. I mean, that is not, it's about being a servant leader. And I don't know if a lot of people probably didn't even notice this, but you spoke about Ashton's presentation. How many of you noticed that as he was talking kind of toward the end, you know, he kept coughing, like clearing his throat? Who saw Billy Scott run that bottle of water up to that man? I'm like,
yes, come on, armor bearer. Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
I'm like, Billy he's really a servant leader.
Yes, he had that discernment.
Yes. I'm like, what? Did he just really ran it up to him? Like, here you go. I'm like, wow, okay, that's awesome. That's the type of leader, right? Those are the coming to events, because Billy Scott is in the California market, right? So we don't have that access to see him unless we're on VP University, you know, as we should be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, you know, being able to really see him in action, to touch, to shake this man's hand, shake the hand of so many leaders, that's what events do, right? That's what it is, to be able to see, you know, yourself and in all of these different leaders, right? That gives you what you need to really make it happen. I see you, Bryce, with your hand up.
So I want you to start your video, but I want to go back to what you said about Ashton Henry. So one thing I really like about how he presented, a lot of people, he was like, I understand that this sounds like it's off the wall, it's confusing and everything, so just stick with me. What he did is he disturbed you and he made you uncomfortable really quick to get you to tie into what he was saying, to then break down what you were saying. He basically took, you're on this planet and we're living these complex lives. Let's take the complexity and let's break it down. Let's turn it into actionable steps. Yeah, going out, like Andre and I were having this conversation about going out and getting those 10 people. Some people look at that 10 people. I don't know how I'm going to get one person. He was like, well, you don't have to worry about the 10. Go get 3, and then get 3, and then get 3. You can do 3. And that makes perfect sense. He says, if you want to do 2, that's fine. But if you're doing 2 versus 3, look at the difference. Compound your effect. And then he gave you all the visuals and showed you how to do it. One thing that we all need to learn, and it's funny that he talked about that, because Corey and I are actually doing a training this upcoming Wednesday on the Breakfast Club. So you guys will see our presentation and we'll be discussing some of those things. And I'm glad that we had already written it down, but to know that this is how a top producing multi-millionaire is training, and we have these tools and that we're bringing them forward, and that these are things that we're practicing, it shows us that we're moving in the right direction. And we're going to share it all with you guys. You guys will all have a copy of the presentation, and I'm super excited.
Wow. Yes, sir. It was so great seeing you, Bryce, you and your wife. I see you every day. I see your commitment to this process. And yeah, it was awesome. Awesome shaking your hand, man. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all of us, right? That are, you know, making that conscious decision, because it's a decision to, you know, click join every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? So I want to commend each of us for being committed to our success and the success of, you know, this organization as a whole, to want to build and uplift each other to get to the top, right? Because I mean, we can't do it by ourselves. I mean, I know I literally had this conversation with myself. You cannot do it by yourself, Nathan. You cannot. We need each other. So let's be there for one another, right? So I am gonna hop into this video real quick. Good morning, everyone joining in. We're gonna be talking about some action steps. right? If you can, you probably can't even see. Here we go. 5 steps from average to fortune, right? It's a quick video, so it's not going to take long, but it gave us some good points, and I think it'll be beneficial for us to get a notepad, get something to write with, because it's literally steps. And so I know it's a lot of us that are fall personalities, right? We need those action steps, right? Okay, we know the end goal, but give me something, some tools, some resources, right, that I can use to get there, right? So let's take a quick moment. Let me know if you can hear in the chat.
I call it 5 simple steps to go from average to fortune. Let me give you this simple little talk. How to go from average to fortune. There's 5 simple steps. You might like to make a note of them. Here's the first one. Get serious. That's number 1. I don't know any substitute for that. You've really got to get serious. You don't have to be grim, but you must be serious. To go from average to fortune, you must get serious. And you must get serious about 2 very important things. Number 1 is setting your goals and where you want to go. Designing the next 5, the next 10 years is so vitally important. What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share? How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go? Those are some major questions to ask. And for that all to work out like you want it to for the next 5 or 10 years, in my personal opinion, you've got to get serious. Then you have to get serious about another important subject. And that important subject is called personal development. Personal development is striving hard to become the kind of person that you want to be. And to become the kind of person you want to be, you've got to work at it. 10 years from now, you will surely become someone. The big question is, who? What are you becoming? And if you go to work on it now, sure enough, in a very short period of time, you can take on a new direction to become the kind of person you want to be. There's a very important question to ask, and the question is, 10 years from now, you will surely arrive. And the question is, where? So to answer the question of where you want to arrive and the kind of person you want to be, you've got to get serious. So that's point number 1. To make your life worthwhile and unique, to go from average to fortune, you've got to get serious. Serious. Life is serious. The future is serious. One ancient novelist said, these are the best of times and these are the worst of times. And for some of those who came across this platform at the extravaganza, $1 million a year incomes, for them, it's the best of times. But I want you to know that while they're getting the diamonds and the millions, there are a lot of people around the world, for them, it is the worst of times. The best of times and the worst of times. That's called serious matter. How come such a difference from those who can reach such incredible heights and those who haven't yet found the answers for their life and their health and their future? We just have to ponder that and let that give us a note of seriousness. It's serious whether you win or lose. It's serious whether you succeed or fail. It's serious whether you've got a good future carved out for yourself or you do not have. These are serious matters. Matters of the heart are serious. Matters of income are serious. Matters of supporting your family, serious. Are you serious? Why? We got a serious matter here to discuss. We haven't come with the latest 10 story. We've come with a serious matter. And I want you to take on that serious tone. Now, the second point is get smart. To make your life work out worthwhile, you've got to have some ideas. You've got to have the information. So you've got to be smart. In fact, in this decade, you must be much smarter than you were in the last decade. You've got to read the books. You've got to come up with the information. Get smart. There's nothing worse than being stupid. And if you will read the books, learn from your experiences, do all the things that you possibly can to get the information, sure enough, you'll be wiser this year than you were last year. And I've got a few techniques that I teach in my seminar on how to get smarter, keeping a journal, going to the lectures, going to the seminars, listening to the sermons, picking up ideas from other people. You just must keep up this steady process of learning. Never cease your quest for knowledge. And that's one of the key points to go from average to fortune. Get smart. This is called the possibility for life change starts with education. Don't be lazy in learning. Don't be lazy in picking up the ideas. Don't be lazy in learning from your own experience. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of life change. Some people want to start with motivation. You don't start with motivation. Somebody says, just motivate this guy, he'll be all right. The answer is no, probably not. If a guy's an idiot, you motivate him. Now you got a motivated idiot. So education, get smart. Don't miss the training class. You say, well, I've already been to one of those classes. I've already heard it. I got a good phrase for you to take home. That's no sign you got it. Just because you've listened to those millionaire tapes one time is no sign you've got it. I'm asking you to listen to them over and over and over. I'm asking you to dedicate yourself to a new level of learning. You know, study, learn, grow, change, develop. Never let it be said you didn't learn, right? If you want to solve your problems, you got to learn. If you want to take advantage of an opportunity, you got to learn. Develop your own personal philosophy here. Philosophy, major determining factor in how your life works out. Each person's philosophy is like the set of the sail. The same wind blows on us all. The difference in where we arrive at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year is not the wind that blows, but what's going to make the major difference? Each person's personal philosophy that sets a better sail, sets a better sail. So don't ask for a more favorable wind. That's like wishing something that's not going to occur. Don't ask for better seed and soil. All you got's what's available. Don't curse what you got. The key is to set a better sail and turn what you've got into the miracle of your future. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. That's the reason for coming here, spending a couple of days of intense effort, taking notes, rolling up your sleeves, going to work, commit yourself to learning so that you can get smarter for the days ahead. Now, here's number 3. You've got to get going. All of the things that you've learned will not do you that much good if you don't put it into an action plan. You've got to get going. Get going, that's the key. Some people are ever learning, but they don't put it into action. They don't really take the action. It's like the man who keeps bringing materials to the building site and never builds anything. You've got to do something with what you've learned. You've got to take action. You've got to get going. So that's one of the most important things to learn, how to design your days, how to design your weeks, how to design the months so that you take the proper action to get the proper return that you're looking for, whether it's economic or personal. Get going. It's a major key. You got to get going. You got to take action. The disciplines is the miracle process. And here's how to get the miracle of your future going as far as disciplines are concerned. Number 1, do what you can. You might go home and set a whole new pace for yourself, and we call it cleaning up neglect. Should walk around the block, could walk around the block for your good health. Don't walk around the block. See, you're on the wrong track. Should read, could read, don't read. On the wrong track. Should call, could call, don't call. On the wrong track. Could change, should change, don't change. You're on the wrong track. Letters you haven't written, conversations you haven't had with your family, somebody you should sit down with when you get back home, get that job done. Don't let neglect destroy your days, destroy your life, and destroy your future. Go back and do what you can. And if you'll do what you can, then life will give you some extraordinary things to do. You got to take care of the small disciplines before life will give you a chance to handle the more complicated disciplines. Good phrase to take home. All disciplines affect each other. In fact, here's a good philosophical phrase. If you hadn't thought of it before, here it is. Everything affects everything else. It's so easy to be casual and say, well, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I'm telling you, everything matters. Of course, some things matter more than others, but there isn't anything that doesn't matter. Let us not neglect. Do not neglect the smallest of disciplines and build on that foundation, and you can have everything you could possibly want. Now here's number 4. You must get excited. And not just the false enthusiasm of just pure positive thinking. You've got to get excited over some very basic things. One is get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things, because discipline is major step 1 toward personal progress. And anytime a person wishes to, they can make major changes in their life, personally and socially and financially. It doesn't ever have to be the same after today. No telling what you could do today if you really wish to. What I would ask you to do, starting today, is get excited about committing an act that's positive, an act that's constructive, to make the changes in your life that you want made, and to go the direction that you want to go. So that's number 4, get excited. Get excited about your potential. Human capacity is usually never the problem. We can learn to do the most incredible things. All we need to do is take the time to do it. So it's not a matter of capacity. It's a matter of judgment. It's a matter of excitement. It's a matter of will. And it's a matter of wanting to bad enough. So it's pretty exciting to know that any day you wish, you can change your life. Any day you pick out, you can make major change. It doesn't ever have to be the same again. And that's exciting. Knowing that intellectually and personally, you can actually do the things that will make major changes in your life. That's number 4. Excitement that runs deep is the excitement that really lasts for a lifetime, not surface excitement. I'll tell you what's really going to serve you well, and that's the excitement you feel inside that isn't even probably expressed on the outside, the excitement that runs deep, the excitement that stirs commitment, the excitement that stirs courage. Give me the chance and I will get the job done. That kind of excitement. Here's number 5. Number 5 is get away. I have found, especially in the last 15, 20 years, that there's an important thing called life balance. You've got to learn to get away. You must learn to get away and be alone. Learn to get away and reflect. Learn to get away and learn how to live as well as how to earn. How sad it would be to learn how to earn well, but not learn how to live well. You must balance your life. Lifestyle is how you learn to live your life. Some people have money, but they don't even know how to spend it. They have time, but they don't know how to spend it. Some people are successful, but they don't know how to spend their success. They don't know what to do with it. They don't get joy from it. Rather, they get animosity. A father takes $5, crushes it, and throws it at his son and says, if you need it that bad, take it. Now, it's the same $5, but instead of dispensing it with joy, he dispenses it with animosity. That's the difference in not knowing how to live. It's called lifestyle. Then you've got to take time to cultivate good friends. You've got to take time to be with your family. You've got to take time to be with the people who are important to you, designing your life in those respects. Get away. Take the time. Reflect on your life. Recharge your batteries. Do some growing away from your enterprise. Then when you come back to your enterprise, after you have taken this time to balance your life, you will find that on the job, working on your enterprise, things will really go much better. So those are the 5 simple steps to go from average to fortune. Get serious, get smart, get going, get excited, and get away. I would just like to sincerely share this with you. Do not walk in front of me. I may not follow. Do not walk behind me. I may not lead, but walk beside me and be my friend. Thank you for listening.
All right. I thought that was pretty cool. What are y'all thoughts? Get serious, get smart, get going, get excited, get away. Hello?
Yeah, come on, somebody. I know everybody's got something to say about this. Come on.
Hello.
I kind of want to put Dow on the spot and have him unmute himself and see what he has to say.
Who?
I kind of want to put Dow on the spot and see what he has to say, because him and I were just having an accountability call right before this. So if he wants to get off of mute really quick and drop in something, I'd appreciate it. If not, that's all right. He's not unmuting.
Or if he can put it in the chat. I don't know, Dow, if you're in a position to talk
as well.
But I definitely did. This is a serious matter. This is not a game. You did not join a company that is playing around. This is not lotions, potions. We are literally changing people's lives. I had this conversation with someone earlier this morning. Like, my goal in life is, yes, I like nice things. I like money. I want the income, but my goal is to impact as many lives as I can. I told this individual, I said, when I die, yeah, people will talk about, oh yeah, he was living good. He didn't want for nothing. He had a nice house. He, had the good car, he had everything he wanted. But how long are they really going to discuss those things after you're gone? Like, that stuff fades away. But if you were able to position someone to, buy their first home, to, start their first business, to, really change and impact their life, they're going to discuss that for all of their days, whether you're here or not. So that's my goal. And the more people that I impact, I truly believe that my income, will come. The income comes, right? All the worldly things, all of that comes. But how many lives have you changed? Right. So this is a serious matter. I want to hear some feedback. What are your thoughts on that video? I know it was a short one. I see Crystal put something in the chat. This was powerful. Got to get off shortly, but it was powerful to hear about getting away. It was good. We'll be re-listening to this when not distracted at work. I appreciate you putting that in the chat. Yes, you got to get away. You got to find that balance. I was discussing that as well. I want all of us, this is something that we can do when we get off this call, but I want us to really look up the meaning of our name, right? I don't know. I mean, what you're named really has a lot to do with, the individual that you are. I looked up my name the other day. Speaking of balance, right? We're talking about balance, right? I looked up my name, and this was literally in the conversation that I had earlier as well. And Nathan literally means he gave, right? So I think about because throughout life, I don't look at me. I look at, other people. Like, what do they need, from me that I can give to them? And so just thinking about that, I'm like, okay, that explains a lot, but you do have to find that balance because if you're always giving of yourself, you have to find that moment or that avenue or that time to rebuild yourself, to refill yourself. And that comes with, that life balance. So who else has something to add?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Samantha.
So for me, it was number 3, get going. Like the same thing that Ashton said about the 10 agents. If you pay attention, it's the same thing Alyssa's been saying. Like she's been saying the same thing. They really just echoed her. And it's a matter of just putting it into action. The same thing they've been telling us over and over and over. I know the meaning of my name. My name, Samantha, means good listener. And the thing is, it's funny you say that because it's like, how many times have I heard the same thing? Why hadn't I followed through yet? That's the question I got to answer now. And then forget that and just keep going. Just go. Run into it.
I love it. I love it. She says she's ready to get going. So, I mean, it's about action. And that comes with discipline, right? Applied knowledge, right, is power, not just knowledge, right? Not just listening, good listener. No, just teasing. But applied knowledge is really the key, right? I wrote that down too. So discipline, don't neglect what did he say? It was the could, the should, the don't. Don't get on that track. Like, I should call them. I know I could call them, but you don't. You know what I mean? Remember,
saying, don't get on the wrong track. Basically, you know what you're supposed to do. You have all the steps to do what you're supposed to do, but then you still don't do it. You don't have an excuse at that point.
Exactly.
You don't. So it's like that. That's where I said, Nike, just do it. Do it or don't. But if don't blame anyone else for your shortcomings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All disciplines affect one another, right? So it's all connected. So remember, we were talking about just making the bed, those small, simple steps in the morning, all of that is connected, right? If you can't even do the small things, how can we be trusted with the bigger disciplines, right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, really just get serious about it, right? Get smart. You have to get trained. We get paid to do 3 things: acquire customers, acquire business partners, and to get trained, right? If you're not he said, what did he say? There's nothing worse than being stupid. Those are harsh conversations, but it's real, right? There's nothing worse, you have to get trained. You have to plug into the information. And so I applaud, each of you, like I stated at the top of the call, for plugging in, you know, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Everyone that showed up to Super Saturday, congratulations to you for plugging in. You have to hear it, and it doesn't matter how many times you hear it, right? Just because you've heard it before, that's no sign that you've got it. That's what he said. Just because you've heard it 1,000 times, that doesn't mean the dots are connecting. That doesn't mean that you fully understand. You could have heard it, but did you really listen to what was said, right? Did you really process what was said? Did you really internalize what was said, right? That was a big point to me. That's no sign that you've got it. Just because you've heard it before, because I can transparent moment, I can say that I have, you know, had that mindset about an event. Like I've been to, you know, I don't need another no, bro, yes, you do need that event, right? You know, it's not about how many times you've heard the information, because we can agree your belief builds the more that you hear the information, right? Coming into this opportunity, I was tuned into every webinar, every training to hear, no matter, I mean, yes, it was the same information over and over again, but it was because I was so plugged in that I was doing overviews as a freaking field trainer, right? So it's like you have to plug into the information and really immerse yourself in this actual information to really, you know, get what you need to get to where you're trying to go. So who else? Andre, I saw you had unmuted for a second. Did you have something to add?
First, I just want to give it back to you, Nate, for the leadership that you're providing for us here on this platform, and Keisha also as well. First, I want to thank all of y'all at Super Saturday. This was very hard for me this weekend. I'm still en route trying to get home. I'm sitting here in St. Louis at the airport, still trying to get home. So
wait a minute, you in St. Louis?
I've been on the plane since 4 o'clock this morning.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Still trying to get home. I got one more flight to make to get to Little Rock. But this video really hit hard for me, for what I'm going through right now. Because I'm all over the place, but I needed what I got this weekend. My anxieties all over the place. I was really trying to leave Super Saturday because I was overwhelmed with all the emotions and everything. And I just didn't want to break down in front of everybody, but I want to thank Carmela. I want to thank Samantha. I want to thank Bryce. Billy Scott. I had a chance to talk to Billy Scott because of what he told us from the in January Jumpstart about his brother. I had a chance to go talk to him. But these 5 steps that we just went over in this video, I needed that, especially right now. Before, I was having a few excuses about some things that I wasn't really getting done. But with hearing this video and going through Super Saturday, it really just reset me to put me back on the right track, even though what I'm going through is difficult, trying to stay focused with what's important and just stop making excuses. You know, we just have to do it, just like Bryce said, like Nike, just do it. I got some things lined up when I get home. I'm tired. I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm wore out, but I'm still pushing forward.
Yes, sir.
That was a blessing to me this weekend. And I don't know, like I said, I'm still all over the place. I'm trying to get my words right. Can't really talk, but I just want all of y'all to know that I appreciate your support, your love, your encouragement. That's it. I'm all over the place right now. I don't have.
Yeah.
But,
all love, brother. It's all love. It's all love, man. Before you hopped on the call, we actually, you know, commended you for your dedication to this process, to your success, man, pushing through. I mean, that speaks volumes. The majority of people would have stayed home, bro. The majority of people would have left Super Saturday, bro. But you, such an inspiration. I commend you, bro. I commend you. I'm super proud of you, and I'm honored to witness, you know, your success on this platform, man. I'm honored to witness, you know, your story unfold. I love your spirit, bro. I mean, keep going, man. We love you. That's all. We're here for you. I mean, from the sounds of you can feel it, but I'm gonna say it, I hope you can feel the support, you know, that you have here with us, with us, man. So I love it.
I love y'all too. I appreciate everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Anybody else? Bryce, I don't know if you had something else to add, or anyone else.
No, I was gonna say something, but Andre, he hit it home. There was no reason for me to speak after hearing him speak. One thing is, two of the main reasons why I chose to go to this event was, one, I know I needed it. For those who don't know my story, from October till January, I had no income. Jabari is the only one, and Ashlyn maybe knows the story. I had no income. I was losing money because of the fact I was living off of credit cards. And my wife, she only makes $2,400 a month, but because of bills and all that kind of stuff, she's only bringing home $900, and that's to pay everything else. So now you're taking care of two people plus a baby on $900 every single month. So I was like, I need to do something. And I have an insurance business, but I was in such of a mental rut that I couldn't make any moves. Dow also knows this. I couldn't make any moves. I had no money. And so I was like, okay, I need to do something. So Jabari says, Bryce, go to this event. And I just committed. I told myself I'm gonna do it. And I was like, it's $39, but I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Long story short, though, we get down there, and the first person I'm looking for is Andre. And Andre has every single excuse not to be there. I don't care what anybody says. He has every excuse. If he wasn't there, nobody would say, oh, well, he should have been. Nobody would have said it. And getting to talk to him, you can see the distress in his face. You can see it on him, but he didn't let it stop him. And then after that, I'm having a conversation. And I'm sure he didn't want to have that conversation at that point. I'm not going to go into details of what that conversation was. But Andre trusting me man to man, because it's hard. We all know as men, it's hard to show your emotion. I said, bro, you do not need to hide that from me. So he leans on my shoulder and cried on my shoulder. I felt he's never met me. I deeply felt that. After that happened, my wife comes up to him, and my wife's not really got to talk to Andre because she's usually on here, but she's at work when we're having these meetings. She talked to him, and you can see that he felt what she was saying, and she felt what he was saying. You can't get that in other places. This is a business, yes, but this is a family. And the Breakfast Club is something different. And for those who are just plugging in, I'm telling you, commit to just committing to yourself, because being here will allow you to get something that money will never, ever, ever buy. I trust these people on this platform and in this Breakfast Club with my life. I feel like if anything was to go down, the first people I'm reaching out to is the people on this call. I mean that wholeheartedly. So I didn't want to go off on a tangent, but I had to. Andre, thank you for everything you've done. Nate, everything you've done. Samantha, even though I didn't recognize you in person, now that I know who you are, I appreciate you. Ashton, for everything you've done. And everybody else who I have not got to answer, these are the people that are on the screen that I can see. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing, and I'm so blessed to be here.
Right back at you, brother. Yes, sir. That's what it's about, man. I love it. I love the community, the culture, and the support that we're really, developing here within this organization. So, I mean, moving forward, those were some good steps. Get serious. To recap, get serious, get smart, right? Get going, get excited, right? We are talking about something serious, but you have permission to be excited about about your credit, to be excited about finances. It's okay to make it fun, right? And get excited about the activity, right? That's what really stuck out to me. I wrote that down. Fall in love with the process, right? Any day, he said, any day you wish, you can change your life. Like, so it could happen at whenever you make the decision. That's when it starts, right? So get excited about that. Get excited about having that control. Like, okay, today, but you have to remember, you have to be committed that regardless of what's happening on the outside, you are still laser focused on reaching this goal. And that's a lot easier said than done, but we're seeing it happen on this with people in this very room. So we know that it can happen, right? So get excited and get away, finding that balance, right? So Mr. Sadler, I know you're itching to unmute over there. I want to give you a moment to share your thoughts on Super Saturday, on the video, and just drop some gems on this EVP. EVP Jabari Sadler, everybody, give him a hand.
Oh man, let's go, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy 48 hours after Super Saturday. I think we're all kind of still jet lagged and out of it. Those of us that probably traveled at 5 a.m. and drove back through the middle of the night. So I'm still putting my thoughts together and getting my life back together, but I'm glad to see everybody. I'm glad to see everybody that made it. This video was definitely very powerful this morning. What it reminds me of is that the commitment and the mindset has to come first, y'all. Your belief system has to be solid as a rock and bulletproof first, okay? So when I think back to when I started in this business as a brand new agent, March of 2018, 4 years ago, actually 4 years and 1 month ago, I was already thinking about sales director. I was already thinking about vice president, right? Alyssa had programmed me and gotten me focused on where I was headed, which was 10 grand a week in income, right? I could taste it on my lips. I could taste it on my tongue. What would 10 grand a week feel like? I had never made that kind of money before, right? But I could taste it. You guys get what I'm saying? You got to be very, very, very crystal clear on where you're going, what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it feels like. You got to be all the way in it. And if you're all the way in it up here, guess what? The process of you becoming promoted and becoming successful in reality, that process is going to happen almost like second nature. Because if the mind can believe it, the body can achieve it, right? It all starts in the mind. And so the process of you enrolling those customers and agents daily and weekly will feel like second nature. It'll feel like just exercise to you because you're actually operating in your manifestation. So it won't feel like it's commission breath. If you guys have ever heard of commission breath, it's where you're so anxious that your prospect can literally feel how anxious you are, right? It's like you're haunted is like what we would say in Jamaica, but it's like you're so dependent on this sale or this enrollment that you're scaring the person away. That's the opposite of what we're talking about, right? So that's a person who does not have the full belief or the full commitment. They're operating out of balance and the person can feel it. But when you're truly genuine about your purpose and you're living in your purpose and you've made 110% commitment to your purpose, then it's going to flow naturally. You're going to get this customer, this agent, this team, this field trainer, this senior field trainer, this sales director. When I went from agent to field trainer in my first week, field trainer to senior field trainer in my second week, by my fourth week, sales director, it's because I already knew where I was going. So my path was aligned for me, right? I was willing to stay up all night and burn the midnight oil. I had pieces of paper all over the house with people's social security numbers and credit card numbers and phone numbers and addresses. I was moving in my purpose. But that only happened for me because my mind was very clear on what VP was going to taste like. Okay. So a lot of us that start in this business really kind of have our toe in the pool. We're not really in the water. We're kind of like playing with it in the baby pool side of it. We're not really committed to go all the way in. And so our business is a reflection of that. It's not hard to tell. But when you are fully committed, when you are all the way in, when you're ready to take the blows and you know that failure is part of success, then you're willing to make a mistake. You're willing to stay up later. You're willing to wake up earlier. You're willing to stay with other people. You're willing to get a ride to wherever you need to get to. You're willing to drive through the night so you don't have to pay for a hotel, right? You understand that that sacrifice, if you pave your road with sacrifice and intention and commitment, you know that success is on the other side. So you become bulletproof. Your voice becomes more solid. Your tone becomes more clear. The people that you talk to can feel your vibrations and everything aligns. But it all starts with you being totally committed. So that's what that video meant to me. I'm just telling y'all straight off the dome, that's what it reminded me of. In the action of you just believing in yourself and believing in where you're going, time is an illusion. Those customers and those agents and those sales directors that you're going to create in your team are going to happen on purpose. And you'll be looking up and you'll be like, whoa, I'm a regional sales director. But wait, I already knew that I'm a regional sales director because I said I was going VP. So this is just a pit stop on the way to VP. But all of that can only happen if your mind is made up. Okay? So that's my reflections on the video. So what I would encourage everybody to do is go back and watch it again, because there's a lot of little things he said in between that you really got to extrapolate and really understand what it means to be fully committed. Go through the pain, the growing pain. Growing pain is part of the process. Personal development has to happen first. Because you can easily just stack your way to a title, y'all. It's easy to look at the requirements and say, okay, this person needs 2 people, this person needs 1 person. Okay, I could put 2 people here, I could move this person under this person and just achieve a title. But are you going to be able to sustain it next month? So it's all about literally personally developing, because a person can feel who you are and they can feel your development and they can feel your intention and your purpose, and they'll be signing up for whatever it is you're selling simply because of your belief system. Think about that. You're going to get people to enroll simply off of your belief system. So to even further add to your belief system, it's been 4 years I've been in this company, and now going to Super Saturday again, I've heard a lot of this information before. I've never missed an event in 4 years. And still to this day, I'm still so impressed by our founder and CEO. He's the reason why I'm still motivated by this company. Okay? Just so you guys know, the company is building a bank this year. Okay? We've talked about it for the last 4 years. I've heard rumors of it for the last 4 years. It's actually happening. Okay? So when we say all roads lead to this company, it's the truth, y'all. It really is. think about how our customers' cycle works, right? Think about the flow chart from month to month on how this program works. A customer comes to us, very broken financial portfolio, right? Credit scores 400 to 500s, probably don't really understand having a bank account, probably just have like a Cash App card or a Chime card or something, no real understanding of finances. Through the process of understanding United Credit Education Services, using the services, they're understanding debt payoff. They're understanding having revolving credit on their credit report, having installment loans on their credit report, right? You start teaching them how to build wealth through net worth conversations, right? They understand that they have to have assets. So they go get their house after their credit score goes from 400 up to 600 and up to 700. What do we tell them? You need assets, but don't go buying a car before you're buying a house, right? That's going to mess up your what? Your DTI. So they're understanding all of this, which every American needs to understand. Is Florida, the state of Florida is now requiring high school students to learn this before they can graduate. Taxes, credit, finances, interest rates, okay? All of us were never taught that. Agreed? Every American you talk to was never taught that, whether they got college degrees or not. So we're the one company that's 10 years ahead of every other company that tries to do what we're doing, right? So this company is totally unique. We're teaching them about finances. We're teaching them how to acquire wealth. We're teaching them how to go out and secure good loans with low interest rates. But guess what? We're actually able to now help them with the financing, because most of our clients go out and get credit cards, go out and get car loans, go out and get mortgages with Wells Fargo and Bank of America and whoever else, Chase. So we're sending business elsewhere. We fix their credit, we get their finances under control, and then we send them somewhere else to lose money. So now we'll be able to extend that relationship, and instead of them paying 9% or 11% or 12% on a car loan, they can get it from us for 7%. And we'll be able to make commissions on those loans. Cryptocurrency is going to be a part of this bank, because that's where everything is going anyway, digital platforms. So when we say this company is truly unique and positioned for the future and a one-stop shop that just keeps growing and growing, this company is definitely going to $1 billion, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not. One other thing that, I don't know if they mentioned it during Super Saturday, but during the VP meeting, Chet mentioned it, and I also asked Chet on the side, what's up with the Ultra Score credit monitoring? And that is going to be going live very soon. So that's going to change our retention drastically, y'all, because now we can do automatic updates from the credit bureaus. We don't have to wait for our client to mail back or scan or copy or fax their updates. We're electronically already going to get it. So a lot of clients end up canceling in the first 5 months because they didn't understand that they needed to send results back, and something didn't get deleted, or maybe it did, and we're sending them the same letter again. So they're like, what am I paying for? So now all of that is going to get fixed, because we're going to get the updates electronically at corporate. We'll know what was removed. We'll know what wasn't removed. We'll know what new derogatories have been added. And so now we can create a new round of dispute letters that are accurate without that cumbersome process of the customer having to get their updates and send it back to us, okay? So that is coming, okay? So again, we are light years ahead of any other company. There's been other companies that have tried, even Legal Shield was attempting to go into credit repair, but who wants to take on all that liability as a new company to take on people's socials and credit. It's a lot. There's a lot of lawsuits our company takes care of that we don't even hear about, okay? Because our company's been around for 18 years and we're debt free, okay? So they can just handle those things and we don't have to get involved. So that's also a benefit of us not having to use our name and say, we did credit repair. You know, you don't have to tarnish your reputation. Let corporate do everything. UWE doesn't do credit repair. It's our nonprofit, United Credit Education Services. They carry the license in all 50 states. They've had history of 18 years of restoring credit and building credit files, working with real estate agents, working with mortgage loan officers to get clients to the closing table. And now with our new services, it's more modernized, it's more efficient. Realtors are really going to start loving us more now, right? Because now they don't have to do so much client support, right? Which they don't want to do. A lot of realtors, they just want to do real estate. They don't want to have to become a credit repair consultant too, right? And I don't know if my clients mailed back their letters or not. They don't want to have to do all that maintenance, right? So now lenders really can feel confident knowing that they're dropping off clients here with us, and these clients are going to go through the system and get results faster, more effectively. And that's going to make our retention go through the roof, which that's your R&R club, right? Now the company is introducing mortgage relief. So now, even as a sales director, you can be getting, I think it's $500 a month that'll go towards paying your rent or your mortgage every month. I mean, what company out there, corporate America included, is gonna help you pay your mortgage or pay your rent every month? There's none. You see what I'm saying? So this company just keeps getting better and better and better. And definitely the best company in the world. So love all of y'all. Glad to be on here. Wanted to just give you guys those updates. Does anybody have any questions or any comments? I'm gonna log off pretty soon because I see it's already 11 o'clock. But does anybody have anything they want to add or any questions they want to ask of me before I give it back to Nate the Great?
I just want to say that was awesome. Everybody's driving, it seems, or encumbered right now at work. So I'll speak on the behalf of everybody. Jabari, we appreciate you. And thank you for sharing those things, because I know these are things that only VPs and above get to hear. And the fact that you're able to share this stuff with us, we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, y'all, this company is truly amazing and one of a kind. And the founder, I mean, over 18 years, he's seen leaders come and go. He's partnered with people that have taken advantage of him, and to see him still so humble, I'm sure he's probably close to half a billionaire at this point. He's very smart with his money. He could drive any car he wanted to drive, and he'll be the first one to tell you that he reinvests his money back into the business. And that's why this company is debt-free today. That's why we're able to adjust the comp plan and give more bonuses and pay us more money than we're already making, because he's very, very smart. And he's going to be here for the next 10 years. And he's still so young. He just made 50 years old this year. 50, he's young. Okay. The co-founder, Mike Toloff, is much older and has recently retired, and Paramount actually paid him out. So he was able to recoup some good money, and now Paramount completely owns the company. So he could do whatever he wants. He could snap his finger and do whatever he wants with the company, go in any direction. But he's very smart. He's very careful. A lot of companies come to him and want to approach him about adding this and doing this. And I mean, think about it. People approach him all the time, adding cable TV service and adding cell phones and adding all kind of stuff to our protection plan. But he's very smart. He has his people vet everything out first. And best is yet to come, guys. A bank, cryptocurrency, car loans, mortgages, credit cards, even secured cards that we can do through our own bank, and we'll have a brick and mortar setup as well. It's going to be a big deal, y'all. Big deal. So that'll attract a lot more financing backgrounds, a lot more financial analysts, a lot more financial consultants, a lot more bankers. They hired someone already who's comes from Bank of America and Chase, and he's going to head up this division of our company in creating the bank. Guys, man, just think about residual income. Think about all those big Mary Kay's, Amways, those companies that have been around, Legal Shield, those companies that have been around 30 plus years. Those people are getting residual income that they're handing down to their children and their grandchildren. That's what we have here. And it's in the financial space. So it's a no-brainer. So anybody else have any comments or anything they want to make?
Charmaine,
Back to you, Nate the Great.
no, man, don't hand it back to me. Charmaine, I see your hand is raised. Is that on accident or did you have something to add?
No, I did have something to add. That information that was just shared was very helpful for me. Of course, I mean, I'm all in, I'm on board, but definitely being there Saturday, it just helped being in the atmosphere. My background is also the financial industry. I don't even remember how many years I have. Currently, I've been with my current company for 17, going on 18, but then I had to remember that I have years really going back to high school at a credit union, Bank of America, Regions Bank. So, I mean, I'll have to add the years up to really know. I guess it'll be closer to 25. And so that's my life. Like, this world is my life. I never intended it to be. I didn't want it to be. I was interested in being a teacher, going into education. But things happened, life happened. I dropped out of college and I found myself just in the financial world. And as all of these dots are being connected, my mother told me years ago, if you don't get into education, I really feel like you should get into finances. Well, I'm a little stubborn, I'm a little hard-headed, and I don't like people telling me what to do. And so although I was already in banking, I'm like, no. So I didn't excel, I didn't apply myself, I didn't take it serious. I was being the party girl, making good money, but I'm not saving, I don't care about my credit, I'm just living and saving and enjoying life, and that's it. I saved for everything I wanted. I worked overtime, so I was blessed. I was just blessed as a single woman to have the career and the jobs and the opportunities that I had. But at the same time, I wasn't taking life serious. I'm taking all of this as a joke. I'm not paying attention. I don't have a budget. I'm reckless, basically, to sum it all up. So that's why I'm here. I'm here first for myself because, yeah, it is. I've shared this with people. Yeah, it's embarrassing because this is not being a woman. This is not being a woman. When you walk in a store, you pick furniture out and then you're declined. So at the end of last year, yes, I got serious with me because I saw a friend and a coworker. I'm trying to run and hide because I got denied for this furniture. I had to put it in the layaway. So that was my breaking point. Enough is enough. Get it together. But being there this weekend, it was rough. I mean, my God, I met another sister out in the hallway. I said, girl, don't you feel like you're crawling through mud? Like, I'm here and I'm not here. I'm I feel like I'm out of my body. I want to cry. I did cry. I told my mentor, just go in without me. I'm sorry. I got to get myself together. I was a wreck this weekend. My God. And then after I leave, I had death in the family that just ripped me to pieces, tore me up. I mean, my niece lost her mom. I lost my brother in 2018. And it just, my God, too much going on. But I'm happy that my mentor pushed me. I started not to even go that morning because it just seemed like everything was falling apart. And I'm like, I know I'm doing the right thing. But I just thank my mentor for pushing me to go. And I appreciate everybody. I know I don't say much, but I'm listening. I'm paying attention. Just know that my life is the financial industry. And I have to make some very serious decisions because I have to choose. I'm currently working for a financial company and I'm doing this. So just read between the lines. That's a personal thing. But I do appreciate everybody. You know, I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at this man, Andre, lost his dad. He's still pushing. So that was, I don't know him, but I'm like, man, yeah, I'm going through too. But if this man can push and he's still saying he's going, I can go too. And then I come on today and I hear other people. So, and I keep reminding myself, this is not about me. It's not about me. I keep saying it's not about me, but then I'll make it about me and I have to come back to reality. So just thank you all for the motivation, the support. I know when I worked in corporate, I would never have an opportunity. I wanted things like this. I wanted to talk to my managers, to learn how to be a better employee, to learn more even about the financial industry. But I signed up for workshops. I never got this type of information. So it's real. This is coming from somebody that's been successful, promotions, you know, never had any problems with any position that I've ever had in corporate America. But I've never run into a platform like this where people will get, leaders will get on and give their time, be vulnerable, motivate you, teach you. This is priceless. Or if we did have something like this, we would have to pay or volunteer. You're gonna pay, but it won't be free. All you gotta do is give your time and click a button. So thank you all. Thanks to my mentor for pushing me through this weekend because I definitely needed that for the vision, just to feel the vibe, to meet new people, to stretch myself. I'm extremely introverted. I get shy, and I know that's a part of my personal development. So even speaking now, but just want to say thanks. I'm excited for the future of this platform, and definitely hearing all of that, I'm like, okay. I mean, I keep getting confirmations, and then again, hearing that this morning excited me. I'm like, it's now I got another fire lit under me, because I was wondering about these things. Wow, why doesn't UWE have their own? Those are the questions that I had. So to hear that that's the future blueprint, man, I want to know how I can get in because this is my life. And I feel like I've been held down for so long and I have so much more to give, but I've been bridled. I've been chained. You can only go so far in corporate America. They see your skill, they see your passion, but you can only go so far. But here, you're being pushed. It's just the opposite of corporate America. And so also, that's the mindset that I have to break through. No, these people are here to help, not harm. They're not here to snake you. See, I come from where you get snaked. They'll work you to step 9 and then snake you and take it from you. So those are the kind of things I've been through for the last 17 years. And I realize I can admit that. I'm battling with those things, but that's not fair. It's not even fair to me because I'm giving my time, my money, my energy, my all. So you're right. You have to trust the process. And if you don't, it'll show. Nobody will have to say that you're struggling. I told Nate, I finally get it. It's a personal development with so nobody has to say who's doing what. The proof will be there. So I do have to keep hearing things over and over. So I just thank you all. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody, your sacrifices, being vulnerable. I'm on board. I'm excited and just looking forward to what God is going to do through me and through this platform. So thank you all.
Thank you for being so transparent this morning. I appreciate that this morning. You know, that's what it's about. It's the transparency. And Jabari said something that reminded me of something that I said at the top of the call. Don't be guilty of just splashing water, right? Making noise. We have to start swimming. We are so busy just splashing water, making all this noise. But when are we going to start swimming, y'all? It's time out, you know, for, you know, the pity parties. It's time out for all of that. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to all of us that's connected on this call. It's time for us to go. It is go time. Our next event is in August in Florida, right? I mean, how many of us are going to be walking the stage as VPs? Like, I mean, like, seriously, how many? I mean, and Jabari stated, in order for that to happen, you have to see yourself as a vice president now. You have to taste it now. You have to envision yourself. You have to immerse yourself. You should put VP, hang it up on your wall right now. I mean, I have the actual compensation plan. That's my screensaver on my iPad. So that's like what I see is the title requirement, what I need to get to where I'm trying to go. So it's always being rehearsed in my mind, right? I believe all of us, you know, have what it takes to get to that next level. We just have to literally make that decision today. Get serious. Let's go over those 5 steps. Get serious, get smart, right? Personal development is the serious part, right? Plugging into these calls, really uplifting yourself, uplifting each other, getting the information, getting smart, right? Get going. That's where we are, right? Let's focus there. Let's focus there. Get going. Let's make some movement, get some activity going, get excited, and, you know, get away, right? So with that being said, we've been on here for over an hour. I do want to be respectful of, you know, of your time. Give us some time to actually get going, right? So if there are no further questions, I did want to neither one of them are on the call still. I'll circle back with them offline. But if there are no more questions, it's been a pleasure, guys. Super excited. Let's get going, right? Let's do this. Let's build this out.
Can you drop the video?
I got you.
In the chat, please.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, yeah. So with that being said, if there's nothing else, I'll let you all go. If you have any questions, you know, reach out to me. I'll drop the video in the chat, and I look forward to. Oh, before I go, I do want to ask you all, because I know we do these calls every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Which are more, you know, motivational, more, you know, inspirational, more, you know, kind of to build us up. Would you all see value in on like Tuesdays and Thursdays us having like working sessions, like where we're actually, you know, tuned in on Zoom, and we're like actually, you know, each day, you know, it'll be something else that we're actually doing, you know, together as a community, right? I feel like, you know, we say we can give action steps, but with that, I see Walter said, yes, all caps, yes. How you all feel about that? Okay, Samantha, I see you shaking your head. Okay, I love it. Well, yeah, so we'll get that in the works. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays will be, you know, working sessions. Ashton, that would be great. Tuesday and Thursday, yes. Carmela, Charmaine, yes. Okay, great. Well, that settles it. So we will get that in the works. Get excited about it. And let's take this thing to the T, O, and the P. All right, y'all. See y'all later.